Hi everybody, and welcome to the World of Micah. Today we are here in Lakeland, Florida, where we're going to be looking at a filming location from a 1990 horror film starring Amanda Wyss. You might know her from Fast Times at Ridgemont High and A Nightmare on Elm Street, and also Roddy McDowall, who was in a famous horror film called Fright Night. But the movie we're going to be talking about today is the 1990 cult classic Shakma. Now before we get started, go ahead and click that subscribe button. It'll keep you updated with my latest video, and if you would like to support my channel, please visit my Patreon page at patreon.com/World of Micah, where donating $1 a month can help fund episodes just like this. Now, let's take a closer look. So Shakma was released October 5th, 1990. It was also known as Panic in the Tower. The film was directed by Tom Logan and Hugh Parks. Now a lot of people have not seen this film, and that's okay. It has a cult following, and some would even consider it a cult classic. But I'll give you guys the premise of the film just in case you don't want to watch it. But if you do want to watch the film, I put a link down below. You can watch it for free here on YouTube. So the premise is basically these people are battling a baboon which has been driven insane by an experimental drug. The drug was essentially supposed to make the creature more calm and less aggressive, but it had the exact opposite effect. It's a horror film. Professor Sorensen, played by Roddy McDowall, organizes a live action role-playing game, kind of ahead of its time. And all the main characters in the film are playing this live action game. And the object of the game is for them to reach their friends who's on the top floor of this building. All the characters in the film do have walkie-talkies, but all communication goes back to Professor Sorensen, played by Roddy McDowall. So Shakma wakes up and is basically going on a rampage, going absolutely insane. And he kills, spoiler alert, he kills Professor Sorensen. So now the characters can't communicate with each other. Oh no, what are they gonna do? Might I add, all the doors and offices are locked. But guess what? Shakma has access to all the doors and elevators. Dun, dun, dun. So basically, Shakma goes on a killing rampage, killing off all the main characters, except for one. I'm not gonna spoil the ending, so you'll have to watch. But it's a good one. So the year was 1990, and they decided to come down here to Lakeland, Florida, to film the exterior shots of Shakma. All the interior shots, all the shots, the hospital and everything, was done at the Universal Studios down in Orlando. And the reason they were shooting there is because it had just recently opened, and everyone who was filming in the Hollywood east of Florida was pretty much shooting at Universal Studios. Now Lakeland was already a hot spot because that same year they were filming Edward Scissorhand, Tim Burton's film. So I'm sure that's why they got the tip of filming here. And for some strange reason, they chose to use this building off of Kentucky Avenue and Lemon Street. And right about here was the opening shot. You can see it says a Hughes Parks production. And then the camera would pan up right about here, and then Shakma came across the center of the screen. The building, it pretty much has not changed at all since the year 1990. Few things have changed, but for the most part, it's the exact same building. Few things I'm gonna point out to you guys. The front entrance right over here, and that entrance, the little half circles, are still the exact same. The building right over here with the thin chimney coming off the brick building, the exact same. If you look in the distance from that opening shot, you can see this building to the far left. That brick chimney, that white brick chimney and everything has not changed at all. It all looks the exact same. And the brickwork and everything, this building looks like it hasn't been touched since they built it. But this is the shot. I'm gonna give you guys one more time. I'm gonna show you what it looked like in 1990 from the film, and then I will do it myself. And so the crew brought all their equipment here, and I'll show you guys exactly where they set this up. Kind of a genius spot because it's completely open. They pretty much set up everything right in this general area here. This was kind of like a bike rack area, and they had full access to all this. And I'm not sure if any of the shrubbery was here in the shot, but that light pole can be seen a little bit, and this tree was not this big. But this is where they shot all the scenes. They did the same shot at night, and it would just pan up from the bottom all the way to the top. Pretty genius, because this looks like your everyday hospital in a way, but it kind of has a little bit of eeriness to it, wouldn't you say? Now obviously my camera is a little different than the camera they used for the film Shakma, but you guys get the idea. Take a look at this shot. Pretty awesome. It lines up pretty good with this angle. Crossing the street now for a couple of more shots from the film. Now the road has been redone, but right here is where the car would have pulled up. Those yellow lines would have been straight ahead, and then you can see this white line right here. It has been redone since 1990, but this is where the girl and the guy would have pulled up, and the gentleman would have been walking towards the building right there. The marble arcade, the half circle. The two lights on each side have changed. Those were different caps for the bulbs. And it did say Addison Polytech on the sign above that window to the far right where that tree is. But this is where he would have ran across the street to that same building. And then this is another shot of the building. You can see the windows and the top of the building and everything still matches up. Looks the exact same way it did from back in 1990. The light was on in the third window down to the far left. Pretty amazing. You can see that half circle there and the words Marble Arcade several times throughout different shots in the film. But this is the building right here. All the action would have been taking place supposedly inside this building. Well, you guys, our adventure has come to an end, and I think it's time to say goodbye. But if you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up. All my links are down below, including the link to where you can watch Shakma. It's not the best quality, but you can get the idea of the film. If you're a fan of Amanda Wyss or Roddy McDowall, I highly recommend it. If you're afraid of baboons or different kind of monkeys, I do not recommend it. It's pretty terrifying, but it's a lot of fun. I'll see you guys tomorrow on a brand new episode. Until then, stay weird. Goodbye.